Okay, so you ready to start this, Hanna?
Let's do it.
All right, so welcome to the Animation Station podcast, episode 89.
Wow.
My name is Josh.
I'm Hanna.
And today we're going to be talking about Miraculous Ladybug Season 2.
Woohoo!
A full spoiler cast for Season 2, Part 1, everything that is available on Netflix at the moment.
Yes. Josh and I have been eagerly awaiting this day. We've been sorely disappointed when it wasn't released at Christmas time because, by golly, we were ready for it.
They told us it was going to be December, and then Netflix pushed it.
Which is stupid.
It's very stupid. Was really looking forward to it. Like,
I was
this
too.
would be my birthday present.
We recorded that whole episode about things we were ready for in Season 2, and then they stole it from us.
They did. But before we go any further, this episode of the ASP is brought to you by Studio Headphones. Studio are the makers of high-quality headphones, and we'll learn a little bit about them a little bit later on. But you can go to studio.com, enter the promo code ASP15 to get 15% off and free worldwide shipping.
Well, that's awesome.
Yes. Especially the worldwide, because it ships from Sweden.
So you need that.
You want that free worldwide
You do.
shipping. Unless you're like, I got $30. Yeah, whatever. YOLO.
So I ship stuff from Barcelona all the time, and that crap gets pricey.
Well, yeah, you ship EXO stuff from Barcelona.
A lot of EXO stuff.
Yeah, you ship a lot of EXO stuff from Spain.
I do.
Because, that's a big mecca for Korean pop is
Barcelona, Spain. Go figure.
That's what happens.
That's what happens when you love stuff not from your own country.
Did she do Red Velvet, too?
Yes.
Did she do BTS?
No.
Oh.
She'll do Red Velvet and Blackpink.
Red Velvet, Blackpink, EXO, and Lay?
Yeah, and, Twice.
And Twice. Okay.
I think those are her bands.
Twice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's at Leah Lopez. Or no,
Shout out to
at It's Lopez on Instagram. Her art is pretty fab.
It's super chibi and cute.
Yes.
And Korean.
And very Korean.
So Korean. Oh, they should make like a Disney Channel. Like, That's So Korean is just about K-pop. Or That's So K-pop? No, that actually sounds like a That's So 90s. Like a wow, that's what I call K-pop volume. Sorry. Like I said, we said that we're going to go tangents.
Tangents. We are we're lifer nerds. We
Lifers?
had lifers. We are lifers, and there's no hope for us to be anything else.
Nope.
So there will be a lot of connections made for things that have almost nothing truly almost to do with Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir.
We'll probably somehow talk about Jurassic Park.
Sailor Moon will probably make a lot of references. Because that's my show.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Maybe Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, because my brother's really hardcore into that right now. So I might not know what I'm actually talking about, but I know the words.
I know there's a Dio. That's about it. All right. So,
how do we want to start? Do we want to go like...
First off, let's do a little bit of news.
Okay.
Because we did have a little bit of news hit. Mainly Miraculous Ladybug Season 2.
Yeah!
A series of unfortunate events, Season 2.
Right.
That's about it, yeah. That's all I had.
Well, Isle of Dogs came out.
Isle of Dogs came out doing spectacular at the box office.
It's Wes Anderson, so that doesn't really come as any surprise that it's doing really well at the box office, but unfortunately it hasn't come to our local area yet.
Yeah, the local area of the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I'm dying.
Would be nice.
Yeah, because I love Wes Anderson. He's one of my favorites, so as soon as it can get to our area, that would be perfect.
Yes.
So if you guys have gotten to see it, awesome, good for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it, because it looks spectacular.
Don't spoil it for us, but we're going to spoil Miraculous Ladybug Season 2 now.
There's no give and take in this.
So, if you've not watched all of Season 2 of Miraculous Ladybug, get ready. You might want to go ahead and turn this off, finish it on Netflix, come back, then listen to this, because we're going to start spoiling everything in 3, 2, 1... Spoilers now.
Spoilers now?
Spoilers now.
Like...
Oh my gosh, the biggest spoiler? Gabriel Agreste is Hawkmoth.
That is not a spoiler.
That's a spoiler. How did we know? Nobody knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. It's if you weren't paying attention to season 1, this was a blindside. But if you were paying attention to season 1...
Or, if you just figured things out.
Or read fan fiction.
If you connected some dots with the voice actors.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
You're like, I know that guy. The Keith Silverson guy. That's the same guy. You're like, yeah, it's the same guy.
So that wasn't a spoiler. Actually, for me, it was who was going to get a Miraculous.
Yeah, because I ruined that for you.
Actually...
And Tumblr ruined that for me.
I think Pinterest ruined that
Happy
for
Easter.
me. And... Oh, yeah. Happy Easter, guys.
Arya in 1997 said Happy Easter. Happy Easter, Arya. And happy... I guess we're still in Passover? Are we still in Passover?
You are asking the woman who belongs to the wrong religion that question.
I think we're Passover. Shalom? I guess it's
Shalom.
technically Shabbat still, I guess. Because it's sun's not down yet, so... yeah, so... Biggest spoiler is Gabriel Agreste.
No, it wasn't.
Second biggest spoiler was who was going to be Reina Rouge.
Yeah. We had talked about this in a previous episode. I kind of was maybe...
I know. Tumblr's full of spoilers. That's what completely spoiled me.
See, that's when you gotta use, like, what is it? There's a thing you can download for your window browser, and it would block.
Well, not on my iPhone.
Yeah, it won't work on your... cellular devices, but on my laptop I could block, so I wouldn't get spoilers.
Tumblr on laptop?
I did, until I realized it was so...
It's so spoilery?
No, it was so heavy on the internet that we literally could do nothing else while I was on Tumblr.
This is very true.
So I had to give it up. But yeah, Tumblr is the spoiler mecca. So if you don't want things spoiler...
Don't spoil Frozen.
Don't
spoil Frozen.
Let it go.
Boo. Let it go.
I had to do it.
Hans was a bad guy. That was one that I didn't know.
Really?
That one got me.
Did it?
Yeah.
I kind of saw that coming a mile away.
I was like, this is a good guy. This is a good princely character.
Tangent.
No, he was bad. And I was like, why Hans gotta be bad?
Because a prince has to be a villain once in a while.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a villain.
I kind of liked that twist.
Nah.
I thought that was refreshing, but that was me. Tangent.
Take a drink every time we do a tangent, so we'd be sloshed already.
Well, I've got my DP right here. So.
It's only 32 ounces.
Only.
But we also have a little bit of shipping that goes on. And we'll do
a little.
We'll do some ships later.
Okay, shipping is our life. That's what Josh and I talk about most of the time.
Yeah. Just all the ships.
All of them.
We'll do a whole shipyard section a little bit later on. That'll happen. So I guess, do we want to just go down the episodes?
Sure, we can totally do that.
So we start with the first episode this season, The Collector.
Yes.
So...
What's your problem with The Collector?
Hold on. Let me get my glasses here.
Old man Josh.
Oh, man Josh. So, do we want to do a brief synopsis of each episode? Because Netflix is up right now and I can look at them.
Hey, if you want to do that, go
All
for
right,
it.
so the Collector, Master Fu, and Marinette believe that the owner of the Miraculous book is Hawkmoth. But that suspicion leads to either Adrian or his father, Gabriel.
Can I also make an aside note? I want, a copy of that book.
That book is super cool.
So awesome. I love the artistic rendering of the mythos of Ladybug and Cat Noir in this series.
Yeah, we actually delved into it.
Yes, so, Master Fu is a guardian, and he guards the Miraculouses. And his stuff that he has, the containers the Miraculouses come in, the overall larger container that is, really kind of It's like a puzzle box. That stuff is so cool. It's beautiful. I love the direction they decided to go with that. I really appreciated like the detail work that went into those things.
I agree. They did a really good job of world building this season.
They did. Just in the last 12 episodes, we got so much more world building and development for this Paris. And I felt like it feels more fleshed out.
For sure.
At this point.
Yeah, for sure. So here's the problem that I had with this episode.
Go for it.
Right? Brilliant plan from Gabriel.
From Papa Agreste?
From Papa Agreste. It's like, okay, so they're not going to figure out I'm Hawkmoth if I akumatize myself. And at first, because we just see Hawkmoth.
Yes.
We see Hawkmoth and he's like, fly, my little Akuma. And you're like, and I'm like, oh man, he's not Hawkmoth. It's like, Gabriel's not Hawkmoth. He wouldn't, how could he send something after himself? And then he's like, stay close. And it comes back and loops around.
And then he
then he de-transforms.
Like, what word does he use? I think he uses like banishes Noru, which is his Kwami. And puts him like away.
Puts him in a box.
Puts him off to the side.
It's a Kwame in a box. Sorry. Continue.
See? All the references. Even ones that have no reference.
So he puts him in the box. But then it's... Okay, so so he gets akumatized into the collector. The worst part for me was there was a betrayal this episode. A betrayal that I felt in my heart of hearts. That was the betrayal of Natalie.
Oh, okay. I was like, where is he going
and
with
I
this?
was like...
We literally talked about this not even like half an hour ago.
Natalie was my girl.
Yep.
In all the fan fictions I read, in my mind canon, I was like... The fanon, I was like, man, Natalie doesn't know anything about this. She's clueless, but she's going to, she's there for Adrian.
And then come to find out, she's all up in this. And she is all up in the business. She knows all about it.
Hurt inside.
She's helped covering it up. And we were both wondering motive. My motive, she's in love with Papa Agreste.
Yes, but Papa Agreste is not in love with her because he wants wife.
He wants the Miraculouses to make the wish to get the Mama Agreste back.
Which I'm glad we actually got some sort of reason why he wants these Miraculous.
Because that reason has actually been all over fan fiction, fan art for a really long time now. And I'm really appreciative that they finally nailed it down why he needed both of them. Yeah. Because fan fictions have been...
Can't he use his Miraculous? Or is it just, the creation and the destruction?
Well, in the Sapates episode, he makes a reference, I know there's more Miraculouses out there now. And there's a Guardian. So he knows that a Guardian is in the area with more Miraculouses. So I don't know if it is just Ladybugs and Cat Noirs he can use, or if it is any Miraculouses. But I think it might have to be any Miraculous, not his own.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because he'd only be going for one of them, maybe, instead of both of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it might only be Ladybug and Cat Noirs, the bad luck and the good luck. So I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
there are a lot of questions were answered, but more questions cropped up.
Which is good.
Which I think is a good touch for a show, is when you have both things happening.
I agree. So, yeah, the whole main purpose of this episode was we've got Gabriel, and he just basically wants to make sure that
that he doesn't look guilty.
Yeah.
Of this. Because the book has been... Okay, so the book, the Miraculous book that holds all the secrets of the different Miraculous's is out floating. He knows people have seen it, and so he just wants to be able to make sure that doubt or suspicion is cast off from him and that he is in the clear.
Exactly. So, I guess we can go ahead and... let's go ahead and talk about this. For me, the animation is 100 times smoother this season than it was in the previous season.
Still has problems.
Yeah.
Watching the show, you can still notice that there are slight problems in the animation, but I'm watching it on a different television than I watched season 1 on, and holy cannoli, I saw so many extra details in the animation than I did the last time. I don't know, just the textures.
Yeah.
The textures that they used for just Ladybug's suit and Cat Noir's suit, even, were pretty spectacular.
I agree.
I noticed it on a couple of the other akumatized villains, that the texture... Oh, was it the Godzilla? I think it was on him that I really noticed texture that they used, too. I was very impressed with what they chose to do better on.
Yeah, and then we have an episode, which one is it? It's the one where she confesses to him.
Oh, that there was a boy that she liked?
Yeah, it was the one with
that is Glaciator.
Glaciator. So there's a scene in Glaciator which is fantastic. It's Ladybug and Cat Noir, and they're backlit against the moon.
So good.
It looked phenomenal. That was probably one of my favorite shots this season. And it looked so good. It looked so fresh. Everything was so clean. It was beautiful. Like, I loved it.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say most of all the scenes where it was Marinette / Adrian or Ladybug / Cat Noir, they were always impeccably animated.
Yeah. Which they do a really good thing about our main characters that we see all the time. They always have just this extra little bit of detail than some of our background characters.
Because Alia always looks on point.
It's her hair. Her hair always looks fantastic.
Her hair is amazing.
Okay, so that's pretty much our first episode.
Okay.
So our second episode, we have Prime Queen.
I will admit this might be one of my least favorite episodes.
Yeah, this was probably my... Of the series, season 1. There's some season 1 ones I don't care about.
I think season 1 had some weaker episodes. But
season 2...
Yeah.
So far, this is not my episode.
They're like this overall theme in season 2 where they have to act like a couple to fool the akumatized villains. I mean, that was first introduced into this episode, and they do it again, I think, in Dark Owl.
No, Glaciator.
That's right, it's Glaciator. That they do that a couple of times, and for like ratings in this episode, because that's all of what she's kind of going for. She wants the top-rated show on TV, and
that's basically about it.
Yeah,
she's not getting the top-rated show.
Yeah, we had the return of Mono in this episode.
Yeah, we got Mono.
And I actually like that little girl. And
she's good.
Yeah, I like her.
And she's with Alia a lot, so that also helps.
Yeah, because Alia is kind of a mutual fave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all I can say about Prime Queen. I mean, there's no big developments in that.
No, not really.
It's just there.
No.
So now we have our next episode, which may be one of my favorites of the season, Despair Bear.
The title of this episode, and really this is kind of like Chloe's big return.
Yeah. But it's also a follow-up from season 1 where Chloe is responsible for the akumatized victim.
Yeah! So this is the first time it's happened in this season.
Yeah. It only took 3 episodes.
It only took 3 episodes for Chloe to be her Chloe self again.
Yep.
And her butler.
Poor Jean-Luc.
Is that his actual name?
Jean-Philippe. We don't know. It's the first name is
Jean something,
but then it's Jean whatever, Jean-Francois.
So something very stereotypically French.
So yeah, poor Jean.
Yes.
But I love that teddy bear. That teddy bear was super cute. Can you make that teddy bear?
I could try.
It's a cute bear.
It is a really cute bear.
I
I've
thought
never
it was
tried
super
to
cute.
make a bear.
Make the bear.
So I guess I know what my next
If they did it in
attempted project is.
They did it in Cardcaptor Sakura. They both made bears. You can make a bear. If anime characters can make a bear,
Oh, because it's just that easy.
Yeah.
All right, so we actually should have a
They're
count
like
of how
in
many
middle
times
school.
Cardcaptor Sakura is mentioned and how many times Sailor Moon is mentioned. We should have a tally board.
Down at the bottom. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this episode. We had Chloe being Chloe and then anti-Chloe. Chloe trying to be nice.
Chloe trying really hard because she knows that Adrian now has made other friends. And so Adrian knows
And Adrian's
now,
like, I can't be friends with you if you're mean.
Yes.
It's like, way to stand up to her, bro.
Which part of makes me really happy because he's seeing that most of the time she's meanest to Marinette.
She's also meanest just in general because she's a horrible human being.
I'll
Who's gonna be a bee?
give you that. But for me, I don't know. Like the little sides with like the butler like hiding beneath the counter.
Oh yeah, whenever he
I don't even remember what the bear is actually called. Like, but what would the bear do? And then she'd like stop what she was doing and be like,
shoot, I don't remember the bear's name. Oh, well.
We can't remember the bear's name.
Can you guys help us out with the bear's name?
What is the bear's name?
But anyway, Philippe. It's not Philippe. It's not Philippe the bear.
It is not Philippe the bear.
It's not Philippe the bear.
No, but this episode was a whole lot of fun. We got to have some really good Adrian Marinette scenes.
All Matchmaker Alia. Which I've got a problem with Matchmaker Alia, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But Matchmaker Alia over here be
She's in fine form tonight.
coming around, be like, oh, no, your hands go here, and go.
I love Alia.
And she's going to sashay away.
Oh, wait. She's got her girl's back.
Yeah, she does.
She's got her girl back.
And we have the actual progression with Nino and Alia this season.
Like,
so they're actually together.
They're a legitimate couple, because this season kind of like immediately starts where the last season ended.
Yeah.
There's been no time lapse really, so there hasn't been a lot of time in our eyes. But Nino and Alia are a thing.
Well, yeah. They happened at the zoo.
And it is adorable, and it makes me happy. This season really pairs off a whole lot of characters.
Yes.
I don't know if it's just to emphasize that
everybody's getting together,
except
and
Adrian and Marinette, and they need to get the heads out of the butt and realize that they're the one true one.
They are the one true ship.
They are the
Adrianette
one true
is
ship.
the one true ship.
They are the OTP of all OTPs in the show.
Yeah.
No matter how you cut and slice it, they're it.
It's it, yeah. And then we have our next... So yeah, love this Bear.
That is really good. I wouldn't say it was like my favorite.
Oh no, it's not my favorite. It's
but it
definitely
is definitely up like in the top half.
When I have to when I go back to rewatch these episodes, there's a lot of episodes in season 1 where I skip.
Yeah.
But this episode, I'm be like, I'm not going to be skipping this.
No, because it was so good.
So good.
So good. Yeah.
Then we have episode 4, Repost.
This is a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Love that you can't see Adrian half the episode.
But we get a whole lot more Adrian in this episode. Because, again, we talked about it before. One of the things that we really wanted from season 2 was more Adrian development. We felt like Cat Noir is always really well written.
But yeah,
and Adrian is kind of cut a little short. They don't develop him the best. And I feel like this episode, we get more Adrian. And like I feel like they did a better job writing him in this episode.
I agree. And that was my main hope for season 2 was we were going to get more Adrian, and we got more Adrian.
We totally did.
We got a lot of Adrian this season,
and it's great.
Yeah,
I love the fact that we get so much more
character development, which I love.
Yes.
So yeah, this one we get introduced to a new character. Can you pull her name?
I will attempt, because I will tell you, I was kind of
Kurami.
I was giggling to myself when they first introduced this character, and everyone's saying I go, I bet you $50 it's a lady.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could tell by the suit. I mean, that's a weird thing to say, but still. So you can tell by the suit. I was like...
You can tell by the suit.
It's like, yeah, it's a female character. I mean, come on, guys.
Come on, guys. Pay a little bit more attention to that anatomy and how ladies are drawn and how men are drawn in your show.
Yep, that's the way it goes. But yeah, we had a part in this that just the beginning when Marion's like, come on, Tiki, I want to get into this prestigious fencing academy.
I wonder why she wants to get into this prestigious fencing academy.
You've never shown any interest in fencing.
Outside of Adrian as a fencer.
Outside of Adrian, yeah.
He's a very good fencer.
Yeah, but still, that's not the point. Well, he's not very good. He loses twice. He does lose twice this episode. To be the best fencer that he is, he loses twice.
Kagami. Suguri? That's wrong. It's Kagami. It's the last one right there.
Oh, I would say
Suguri. Yeah. So Kagami, she is introduced, and she is from another prominent wealthy family that has just located to Paris.
Yes, conveniently, she also has her and her mother only. Not her and her father, just her and her mother. She also conveniently has this nice ring on her finger.
Who do you think she might be?
I don't think she's anybody.
Peacock. I don't know.
No, she can't be Peacock because Luca's got...
I'm ready to read fanfictions.
Luca's got earrings, so what's Luca gonna be?
Gonna have to think about this one.
We can, tie him up, throw him overboard. That's what we can do with Luca.
Yeah.
But Riposte was a really good episode because...
I liked Riposte design.
Yes.
Like the solid metal samurai
the
kind of. Like the hand blade.
The hand blade was super cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like something you would get out of, like, Guyver.
Yeah.
You know, it's very much like a Guyver type villain.
When she came, because she looked, like, really different from a lot of the other Akuma victims.
Yeah.
That I was like, ooh, she's very chrome. I like her. I liked her.
She's super chrome.
And she's super chrome. And I liked her as a character. I almost kind of wish that she was in another episode. Maybe we'll get more of her in the part 2.
We probably will. And Lord knows we'll probably get more Luca.
They don't know who Luca is if they haven't watched the show yet, Josh.
That's
we haven't
fine.
gotten to that episode yet.
We already said that we're spoiling everything.
Yeah. Well, I had a mental breakdown. Josh sent me a photo, and I was very upset. And it's like, I'm gonna be very angry. And I was at episode 11, and I was like, where the crap is this guy?
Yeah. We get to episode like, who is this guy?
Where is he? I have to have words with this fellow.
I guess, is anything else you want to say about Riposte? Just giving a little breakdown, and then we'll do our actual thoughts at the end of the episode.
I think Plague had actually quite a few good moments in this episode.
Plague was pretty good this episode.
Plague was pretty good. He's my favorite. He is my favorite.
What about Trix? They're for kids.
No, but Plague, I think, is still my favorite character of the show. So, no, he's had some really good moments. There was less Plague this season than there was in all of season 1.
Yeah.
But I think we got a little bit more development for Tiki, who's very much featured in this next episode.
For episode Bafana?
It's Bafana.
Bafana. So yeah, we got a lot of Tiki, which is great because I love Mela Lee. She's the nicest person I've ever talked to.
Yeah.
And if you want to find that episode, we did our super cool episode with Mela on our... I don't remember when that was. We did it.
It's there.
Just search through our episodes.
Yeah.
We've got our interview with Mela Lee. And hopefully we'll be doing another one soon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
If all the stars align. And by stars, I mean like if she
schedules,
if this other person gets there, or this other person they line like that. Yeah, then it'll all be great. We'll all do one big episode. But yeah, so we have Bafana, where Marinette's grandmother comes back. Did you stop saying Marinette?
I don't think I have yet said it. But I will let you know that I was talking about it last night with my brother.
And you were like, Marionette.
And I had to stop myself and be like, idiot. It's not that.
So Marinette's grandma comes to visit.
Mm-hmm.
And conveniently, there's a new character that's introduced in the show. So therefore, they're going to get akumatized.
Yes.
That's usually.
Usually.
Yeah.
Well, especially now that since, like, our main group of school students have all been akumatized, we got added new characters. Anytime we add in a new character, you pretty much know that's the one. That's a very Sailor Moon thing to do.
Very Sailor Moon.
That's a very Sailor Moon thing to do. See? One for Sailor Moon. And...
Ding. It's like when a cloud card pops up. There's two for...
Ding.
Yeah, so who's left? Who hasn't been... Of the class, it's just Adrian and Marinette.
Yes, they're it. So
In
I'm
the
waiting
school-
for someone to put it together.
In the school, it's Madame Bustier and that other person,
well,
but Madame
and-
Bustier gets...
And then Principal Damocles.
Well, I mean, just going forward now.
Yes.
Spoilers, Damocles gets...
He will.
He will.
In 2 episodes.
But, and then who's left out of that? Is
Like
Natalie? She's the only other one that's not been...
Okay.
Oh, I guess the Dupan Changs.
The Japan Changs have not yet been akumatized. Tom and Sabine hasn't happened to them yet.
No.
And it hasn't happened to Natalie, and it hasn't happened to Miss Bustier, which, unfortunate spoiler that I gave myself just like 10, 15 minutes ago.
Well, that was just reading in the...
She's episode 13.
Yeah, poor Madame Bustier. She gets it.
Yeah, so she will be taken off that list soon, but it is coming. Haven't
But yeah,
seen it yet.
as of the first 12 episodes, Madame Bustier is still fine.
She's still fine. But pretty much, unless... Because there are a lot of other kids in the school naturally, but they don't have names. They have faces, but we don't have names.
We got a lot of places in the shots where there's other students.
But we
which
don't
is
know any
kinda
of their
cool.
names. And I did appreciate, like, kind of more of an environment...
Yeah.
That these aren't the only kids in the school.
No.
There's
other
others.
kids. It's not just a class with 13 people.
Yeah.
There's more than that.
In a prominent school, like a prominent art school in Paris,
Right.
there's 12 kids.
Conveniently 12 kids.
Conveniently.
But yeah, I mean, nothing really happens much this episode.
Not a whole lot.
Other than we get the fact that which may happen because there was supposed to be a Hong Kong episode that came out where she goes to Hong Kong.
Yeah, to kind of visit family because that's where Sabine's family's from.
Exactly. So maybe at the end of this episode, her grandma tells her, "I'm going to take you on a trip next time." So maybe this is the trip where she's going to go to Hong Kong.
Ooh, maybe. That'd be
Maybe
nice.
and that way we can maybe... Because we were supposed to meet some other miraculous people.
Yeah.
Which is... I don't think we will now. I think that probably got scrapped because Master Fu has all the rest of them.
Yes, and he doesn't
Maybe.
think it's a smart idea for more than the 2 to be out at once.
Yeah. Which, I mean, didn't not work out. Hey, sir. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, nothing
not a
big
lot.
this happened.
Like,
Other than Tom went through like 4 cakes. That kind of sucked.
Yeah. Oh, I did like that Adrian made Marinette.
Oh, yeah. He
The
made her
lucky
bracelet.
charm for her. And the bits with Tiki were pretty great. I
Yeah.
kind of want that necklace.
That was pretty cool.
Like the yin. I kind of want that.
So, do you think Plag's gonna spit out like a...
That would be great. Friendship necklaces.
They're like, what? But it's just like, yeah, this is all of the... I don't know.
It's all the cheese in which I've ate.
It's all the... Well, no, because like for Ladybug, it was all the...
Hair.
It was all the hair. It's like it's all the Cat Noir's toenail clippings that I've eaten forever. Plah.
So, do we want to move on to episode 6?
What's episode 6? Robustus. That is when we meet one of the coolest characters, Markov.
Which is, let's see, Hawkmoth akumatizes Max's best friend.
What? Oh, yeah, I said I was going to start doing that for each episode, and then I stopped
And then we totally did.
doing a synopsis for each episode.
So, let's see, and it turns out to be a pet robot. His name is Markov.
Max's pet robot.
Yes.
I think you said that, but I had to reiterate.
Okay, and he turns it into Robustus.
Yes.
I like that name. Kind of does a Transformer Power Ranger
Robustus
thing with a bunch of the utility vehicles in the local area of Paris. And the football field makes another appearance.
Yeah, we always go to that football field.
Always back to the football
field.
field.
We're always at that football field with Max.
Always with that's right.
It's Max.
No, it's always with Max.
Whenever we're with Max, we have big giant robots.
Big robots of mass destruction.
Of Max destruction. This is awful. Josh, cut that. Yeah, I mean, we have the conundrum of, are robots sentient? Can they feel emotions?
Well, obviously, Markov can, because
can.
he gets akumatized.
Yes. That should tell you right there, yes, you can.
Yeah, and it kind of brings back also, like, Hawkmoth's ultimate goal of getting the two Miraculouses.
And yeah.
Because Markov wants it to be turned into a real boy.
I love how, because he was like, why? I thought that was great. It was very like, so I want you to get the Miraculous for me. It's like, why do you want the Miraculous? Because it grants a wish.
And then he goes off and does some exposition about why he needs them again. And he goes, okay, I will keep them, and I will turn myself into a human. And then he's like, and then Hawkmoth's like, no,
you can't turn yourself into a human. I'm going to turn myself into a human. Oh, wait.
I was like, I'll steal your power. He's like, not if I use them before you can steal my power. And I think there's actually a lot of, like, play-by-play between Hawkmoth and who he akumatizes in this season. Like, he actually holds, like, a lot more conversations with the people that he's changed.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's, like, losing control.
He's starting to feel emotions. Our little boy's growing up.
That is,
young Gabriel's growing up.
They're trying to make me feel feelings for Gabriel in
Why?
this.
He just wants to bring his wife back.
It's not working because he's doing the Mr. Freeze thing.
Yeah, but who cares? He's still trying to bring his wife back.
But Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite Batman villains.
Yes.
So.
Frice. I mean, other than that, just the moral sci-fi conundrums with robots.
Yes.
I mean, anything else in this episode that, like, jumps out?
Not a whole lot, I think. I mean, it further proves just how smart Max really is.
Let's talk about Max for a second. I felt so bad for Kim this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy, man.
You did mention that earlier, and I forgot.
Yeah, because like, Max is like, this is my best friend Markov.
And then he goes to sit by Kim.
And I'm like, if I was Kim, I'd be like, bruh, why? Wait, we were tight.
I'm with you all the time, guy.
It's like, you're the only friend I've got.
Poor Kim.
Yeah, it sucks. It was so sad.
Can't get the girl. But it doesn't help the girl happens to be Chloe.
I don't know why he keeps going for Chloe. Just go for Alex. You guys had that chemistry, man. Plus, it's like a cool David and Goliath type thing. It's super cute. Just do that.
Super large male, itty bitty little girl.
That's
no, she's
like,
not as little. It seems like she's had a growth spurt.
Yeah, of like an inch now. So now instead of being up here, she's like, there. She got that inch.
Just a little higher, just a little taller.
She changed her hair a bit. She's not wearing that hat all the time.
She's not wearing and she's like not in her helmet just all the time kind of thing. Yeah. So
I think we only saw her in the hat once.
Maybe.
And that was she conveniently was hanging out with Max and Kim.
That's right. I think they have a good like trio thing going on.
In the next episode, Dark Owl.
I love this episode.
Is probably of this current season, like of season 2, part 1, best episode to me.
It might be like my second favorite, but it might depend on like when I rewatch. Going, no, that might be my favorite because it is a really good episode. Because
we get Mr. Damocles
doing what any other normal human being would do.
These
two teenagers can do it.
I can do it too. And Mr. Damocles totally does that cosplay, man.
And he does it well.
Does it very well. Man.
That whole scene with whiskers in a tree.
Oh, that was so good. I love the fact that he's like this big comic nerd. I was like, that fits. That's super cool.
Thank you.
And you just want to be Owlman.
He says, I've always wanted to be a superhero.
Just like everybody's always wanted. See, and that's why like this one resonated with me because I am a comic book nerd. Mm-hmm. I am just a nerd in general. Mm-hmm. So this, I was like, I got you. I feel you, man. I know exactly what you want. I want to be the Super Saiyan. I actually don't want to be a Super Saiyan.
I always wanted to be like the Jedi. I wanted to be the wizard.
Never wanted to be the Jedi.
I fluctuated between I wanted
to be the bounty hunter.
I always wanted to be the smuggler, but That was raisins.
You're not scruffy looking enough. Yeah, well, we all want to be that character. Like, we all want to have this.
So, like, he's got the tools, he's got the toys, and he's got his special little Alfred on his computer. Which, is that Thomas? Is that face on the screen, was that Thomas, the creator?
I don't know.
Because I want to know. Because it was very humanoid
because
looking.
his name was Al. What was his name? Albert.
Albert,
yes.
not Alfred.
But
Albert.
it's also Owlbert.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But like the
Owlman, or the Dark Owl.
And that was a.
And then when he gets akumatized, that's a super cool outfit.
That was
like, if I was gonna get any of the people in this season, like, as like a little figure, it would be Dark Owl.
It would be Dark
He
Owl.
was super cool.
His design, woohoo, is so good. It's such a good. And then there's his whole plot where he's got the animals in the zoo in a bus,
and it's gonna crush this kitten.
And a kitten on a pillow. It's like, haha, it's a hologram.
So we do get a little bit of something in this episode.
A little bit of something, something.
A little bit of something, something being. Well, first off, he's gonna drown him in whipped cream.
I love it.
It's like, I'm gonna drown you in whipped cream because it's hard to swim in.
I'm going to make this as difficult yet delicious as possible for you.
I thought it was weird that, Captain Morgan was like, oh man, hope it's got zero lactose in it. I'm like, use a cat, bro. What are you doing? Just drink it. You a cat. Cat noir.
Well,
Chat.
I can't even say. The H is silent.
Yeah, like I said, chat.
But I did love the scene between Ladybug and Cat, and then once they de-transform, and then it's Tiki and Plag.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And she just like, probably just like...
It's like, hi! No, you can't say anything.
Yeah, and he ate a macaroon. We've seen him eat one other thing besides Camembert.
Yeah.
Got that macaroon. I was going to get Camembert for us to eat.
You say this
here.
every time we record, because this is our third episode recording about Miraculous Tales of Ladybug.
Third Miraculous episode.
It's our third one.
It's like D3 The Mighty Ducks.
It's just going to keep on going.
Well, nope, they only made 3.
Well, I think we're going to be making plenty more.
Yeah. So we have this episode. Like I said, Tippy-Top.
Yes, this was really good. I loved just the overarching story. Like, they want to help him, like, give him one day of being a hero. And in typical fashion, it goes.
But then it turns out he's a great hero.
And then he turns out to do, like, a good job.
Handing out stuff handing out blankets to the homeless. Doing all kind of volunteer work, stuff like that. I was like, dude, Mr. Damocles is a cool guy.
And I did like that, because it just shows that you don't have to be in, like, a really special suit to be a hero.
Yeah.
It's just, like, the little things of helping your community. To teach those little kids lessons, though I'm 29 years old watching your show. But no, this is definitely one of the best episodes. Yeah. In my opinion, of course, but it's one of the best episodes. It looked really good. Mm-hmm. Pretty much the whole time. It looked really good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's episode 6?
Episode
7.
8.
Wow.
Is Gigantitan.
Okay.
Lollipop.
No, that was awful. First off, August is a boy.
Yeah.
August was a girl.
No, it's a boy.
So
this is where the JoJo Bizarre Adventure reference comes in. My younger brother is a huge JoJo nerd. Huge. For his graduation project of computer programming, he made a RP app for JoJo characters.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. And guess what? He got an A, because it's actually really cool what he made. But my brother's a huge JoJo nerd, and we were watching this episode together, and he comes on the screen, he's in his little stroller, and he goes, "That's Manish, baby." And I go, "What?" Supposedly there's an episode of JoJo where there is a baby with an overly large head and eyes who's fairly dark-skinned in color with slightly curly hair, who eerily looks like this baby in this episode. And I go, there must be a JoJo nerd maybe someplace in that production company.
Well, it's not like
JoJo's been around the block a couple of times.
It's not like they've not had a JoJo before.
Yes. So, I will give my brother that reference. But this episode, what I loved about this episode is basically the girl power.
The heist bit. That was my favorite part about this entire episode. That was pretty spectacular.
We got a little bit more of Mylin, Julica, and Rose in this episode.
And Alex.
Oh, and
don't forget about my girl.
Her leaning.
My girl Alex.
Yeah, it was a great episode. Them trying to just... I have a confession to make. I am in love, and then Adrian. She stutters, and then Mylin's like, oh, with Adrian. And
it's like, yeah.
She's like, what? How'd you know? And they all kind of just look at her.
Like, do you think he knows? Like, no, that guy's don't know. That guy's don't know nothing. They stupid.
He don't know. He don't know, honey. You're fine.
Oh, man. And then they all got cool code names.
Yeah. Mylin was Sunflower.
Julica is Rose.
Rose is Tulip. And then who?
Alex is Violet.
Violet, that's right. And poor Rose.
Poor
Rose.
And Julica, you're Rose. Rose, you're Tulip. Why can't I be Rose? It's like, because that's your name.
And then her face.
Like,
every time it showed her thinking face, I admit, I laughed out loud a couple of times.
But she got the Buttercup bit. I thought that was good.
Yeah, she did.
Like, so who's Buttercup? Adrian. Be like, good job. Julica pats her on the head once when she gets it right. It's like, good job.
You don't know. We both ship.
Oh, yeah.
The Rose and the Julica.
What's it called? Rose Jewel? Julie Rose?
You can just call it Jose.
Nope. Nope. Just nope. So we have that happen. So yeah, that whole bit, which was a good maybe like 7 minutes of the plot. Yeah. 7-8 minutes. Loved it.
That's a great opener.
Absolutely loved it. I was really hoping it was gonna work.
Me too. Well, it has Marinette in it. It's not going to work if she's involved.
When Marinette is the main focus of, okay, everything worked swimmingly up until Marinette.
Yes, because she has saw this one. That woman really needs help with her baby.
Be like, stop
being such a good person for a second and try to just get with your boy.
Just try.
Just stop hurting me.
Oh man,
because it hurts.
And then much. Poor Hawkmoth. This whole time be like, all right, we're gonna get the bodyguard. Here we go.
And let me tell you, the fact that the bodyguard does not have a name and everyone just calls him Gorilla.
And Nanny. He's the nanny. But no, I thought that was great. He's like, all right, so, and then it's like he sees Adrian. He's like, yay, Adrian's here. And then it goes and akumatizes the baby.
Oh no! All his angry feelings have disappeared. And then the Akuma hits the baby, because all the baby wants is a lollipop.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
lollipop!
And he's like, yes, baby, I'll give you all the lollipops you want if you get me the Miraculous. And like, I was like, crap.
That was hilarious.
I messed up here. This was bad. I wish I could recall it.
That whole bit, because, we got more, like, interaction, like, what Hawkmoth is actually, like, doing behind the scenes in those scenes, when the Akuma's trying to do their thing and get the Miraculous and cause overall terror and panic in Paris.
Oh, we forgot to mention that he has like some weird missiles and everything in his little bunker.
Gosh, it's like
Lord.
It's what's the room called in X-Men? Danger Room. He has a full-on danger room in his little what is it? What would you even call that? Because it's not even like a little conservatory that he's got up there.
Yeah, I would say it's like his conservatory.
Okay, it's his conservatory, and it is fully armed and loaded and ready to kill someone at any moment's notice.
Probably him.
Why do you have that in your house,
I know,
man?
It's like he has like zero
You've
security.
You've got a teenage son.
Remember when your security like. I guess
maybe it was well I was about maybe it was implemented after the Bubbler episode.
It's like, oh snap, we should probably do something.
All these zombies trying to take over my house.
But no, and then so I thought that was pretty good. Poor Roger Cobb. He just gave a lot of tickets out this season.
Oh my gosh, yes he did, especially in the last episode.
My gosh. Good lord. So what's after
All right,
Giganticator?
The Glaciator. Okay, so characters kind of introduced this season. Andre the Ice Cream Maker.
He was introduced. He was in a lot of episodes.
Can I say something? Whenever I would see him, all I could think about was like, you're a character out of VeggieTales.
He is. He's so...
And his character design does not fit Miraculous at all.
Not at all.
Because everybody else has a normally shaped human head.
And then there's him.
And then there's him, where he's skinny on top and he kind of goes bulbous with jowls, no neck. Because, Tom really doesn't have a neck because he's so, huge. But
Tom looks like he fits in that world.
He does.
Andre does not.
Stylistically, Tom fits in the world still. Sabine, she's abnormally small, but she fits in the world still, the design of all the characters. Whereas Andre does not fit in this world.
No.
And he's in maybe half of these episodes.
Yeah, he's in a lot of these episodes.
And I like his character. He's always rhyming. Fierce's character.
He's shipping people.
Hardcore.
Well,
he's Andre, the matchmaking ice cream maker.
Well, it's also sucks too because he ships. I mean, he put
Tom and Sabine together.
It's weird. He called her Olive, which I thought was weird. He says Tom and Olive.
Maybe that's a nickname that we're going to learn about
maybe
later.
Possible. But I thought it was weird. He's like, all right, so pale for the lips and then mint for the mint green for the eyes. Mm-hmm. That he gave to Marinette, which at first she was like, no, I don't want this. And Marinette caused
She caused an Akuma this episode.
Marinette caused an Akuma.
She caused an Akuma. Is this her first one?
It may be her second.
Maybe her second?
Yeah. But yeah,
it's always unintentional. She's not being malicious because she... Okay, so this episode, she's hanging out with her friends, and...
She's the fifth wheel.
She's really hoping that Adrienne is going to be able to make it to hang out. And this is something that they're really emphasizing this season, is that Marinette's a single. Where all her friends are kind of pairing off.
And she's also always waiting for Adrienne.
Always.
Always waiting for that time with Adrienne. And it never comes this season. It never happens.
It's a big theme that she's waiting for Adrienne. And it's not like it's Adrienne's fault. Adrienne is kind of oblivious, and he just wants to get to hang out with his friends. But
he also has a bad circumstance at home where his dad won't let him go half the time.
There is a lot of father-son bonding scenes this season, which it's
weird.
It is odd. And I don't know if it's going to be Adrienne's going to have to choose his friends or his dad later on. I don't know if that's what we're building up to, but it's building up to something.
Well, I read one fan fiction where he does that, and then he goes off and takes Marinette, and they kind of go off and live in his mom had an apartment complex.
Or a chateau or something.
Yeah, it had an apartment where she stayed.
Oh.
Her
own little private, because she was an actress, she had her own money,
exactly.
so she had her own apartment.
So she had her own little place.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that'll happen.
Maybe.
Because, heck, they put, all the fan fiction in this season.
That's great.
My gosh, all they did was,
Because this was my episode. Okay? This was my episode. Mary Cat is my ship.
Chat.
No, Mary Cat.
Mary Chat.
Mary Cat.
Mary Chat.
It's my ship, and I had my moment where she's up on her little rooftop porch that she has, and Cat Noir shows up.
How many fan fictions have you read?
I have
where Marinette is stuck on her porch, just feeling crying, brokenhearted, and then Cat Noir just swoops in and is like, "Hey,
hey, my princess."
That's what he calls her all the time. She's always princess. She also always has freckles, which she's never had freckles.
I know, but I like that addition.
And Adrienne's always an otaku. And it's
now that is a fan canon I can get behind.
And there's been zero interest at all, evidence that he likes any sort of anime.
Okay, so kind of in the collector, I would, because you can't see any of the DVDs that he really has in his collection. The only thing that pops up is that game that they've played before. Okay, so I will say that, because, there's this... it's kind of almost like the catalyst. Marinette is a little tired of always waiting for Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of at the exact same time, Cat Noir has set up this beautiful rooftop scene, very romantic, for his lady, for Ladybug.
And
she doesn't show up either. So he's kind of probably doing patrol, and he sees Marinette off on her rooftop, and he goes to her, and they have a talk. Then he takes her to the romantic little spot. See, if this was fanfiction land, which predominantly in my brain all the time is fanfiction land.
Marinette would give up on Adrian and start liking Cat Noir.
Yes.
And Cat Noir would stop giving up on Ladybug and start liking Marinette.
Yes. So I don't know.
And then what would more than likely happen, Adrian would find out that Marinette is Ladybug and then have to wrestle with those feelings. No, or be like, oh my gosh, she's the one I've loved this whole entire time. And then he's trying to find that way to tell her, but then in the middle of him trying to tell her, she's probably going to find out that he's...
And then having an emotional outburst because she feels like she's just not good enough, which...
Yeah.
We haven't really dealt with those feelings.
And then they'll be like, no, you're all you've always been. And then they'll embrace.
Yes.
And that'll be what happens.
And then it's happy times.
That's like 90% of all the fan fiction
that I've read, at least. But yeah, I liked this episode, especially since Adrian gets the ice cream and it's with blueberry for her hair.
Well, it's also his ice cream is all Ladybug.
It is.
And her ice cream is all Adrian.
Yeah. Because that's who they pine for. Yeah. That is who they pine for. But I personally, outside of like my problem with how Andre is designed, I personally really like this episode.
Yeah.
I personally really like this episode.
It was a really good episode. And yeah, like I said, we have that super cool, in part 1 of our stream, we have that super cool bit where they're backlit up against the...
Oh, yeah.
By the moon. Oh,
and she tells Noir that there's a boy that she likes. And so he's just like, oh. I really wish she just would have said the stupid name Adrian.
Right? It's like, I really love Adrian.
They're going to save that for like season 7. And I'm going to be ticked.
It's like, they haven't got to that bit of the fan fiction yet because that's happened before. Where she's like, I love Adrian, this boy in my class named Adrian.
And he's just like...
And he's like, oh! You're like, I've done it. How do I tell her?
How do I do it? All right, so our next episode is episode 10, and it's the Soppities.
But first, before episode 10, this episode of the ASP is brought to you by Studio Headphones. Studio, the makers of high-quality headphones. Studio wants to revolutionize the way people see headphones. Most headphones on the market can offer you 2 things, style or tech. Studio wants to bridge that gap while emphasizing modern Scandinavian design. They provide a product that matches the quality of the highest rated headphones on the market for a fraction of the cost. You want to show the cool people the headphones?
These are actually like really cool.
You can go up and like actually show them the headphones. This is actually the excuse me. These are the trays. They're really good for running. They don't fall out of your ears. What's a really cool... No, I've taken them out when I'm jogging around the track over here behind the apartments. Nice. What's really cool, take the little black thing here up top, just like, let one of them go. Take the little earpiece out. Just barely pull it. Ooh. It pops right out, so it's super easy to clean. So, if you get that waxy buildup or whatever, just like, boop, it just comes right out, and they fit right back on there. Wow. They're super easy. And, you can clean them really easy. They're fantastic. They sync great. They've got 8 hours of battery life, like, constant use. And it's got, 10 days of standby time. It's ridiculous.
But be kidding, apparently.
You can, because Studio is giving all ASPers 15% off and free worldwide shipping on your next purchase by using the code ASP15 at checkout. So go to studio.com, enter the code ASP15, and get yourself a snazzy pair of headphones. Because they're dope.
I like them. I have very tiny ears, and these are still really comfortable in my ears.
And they come with multiples of the little things, so you can
Adjust sizes?
Adjust your sizes. Yeah, I had to adjust my size on theirs because, I've got, small little ears too. So, yeah, I had to adjust those. But, yeah, I mean, it comes with like 4 different things.
I like them.
And they come in all kinds of super cool colors. Like, they've got a pink one, a really cool blue one. I wanted to get the blue. But I think they've got a gold. So, yeah, they've got a lot.
Blue all the way.
The blues and white, if you want white.
Ooh, all my other headphones are white. I'd go blue.
Yeah, blue. It's a super nice blue.
Okay.
So anyway, this episode's Sapatas. Sappities.
Okay, so this is really Alia focused with her, because we've heard about Alia's family.
I thought she had brothers. Oh, no, wait, that's only in the fan fiction. She's got brothers.
Like, in the fan fiction, like, there's a brood. Alia's family is, like, huge.
Yeah.
And obviously in the show, her family is larger than a lot of her classmates, because a lot of her classmates are just single children. Mm-hmm. Alia has 2 younger twins.
It's Etta and Ella, for like Ella Fitzgerald and Etta James.
Is that how you remember it, or is that
I think that's what
that
it's for.
Awesome. Yeah, so they get akumatized into tiny little gremlin-like monsters.
Voiced by Jeremy Lay.
That's right, you did tell me that earlier.
Yeah, Sailor Venus. So we have Sailor Moon as Stephanie Shea.
Yes.
We've got Sailor Mars as Christina V.
Yes.
And then we've got Jeremy as
Sailor V.
Sailor V. Codenamed Sailor V.
I have that Funko.
I only have Tuxedo Mask.
I've got all of them.
Tuxedo Mask. The guy who doesn't do anything.
He does a little bit more as the show goes on. But
still pops up and he's like, haha, I'm here. But
in the film, Sailor Moon R...
That's a film.
He
has to do something.
He's really good at getting kidnapped at the beginning of the show. That is his superpower.
He's really good at throwing roses and diverting attention. So it'd be like,
now Sailor Moon,
go get him, Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
And she's like,
okay,
Tuxedo Mask.
He believes I can do it, so I can do it.
And then she go punchy punch. So that's like
no, she like throws a tiara first, and then she has her moon healing escalation. Sorry guys.
That was 3 for Sailor Moon.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Not sorry. But no, yeah, I thought this was a really good episode because we meet a new character.
Okay, so we actually kind of wanted Nino. Part of me.
You wanted Nino to be the fox.
Part of me really wanted Nino to be the fox, and it...
But Nino's gonna be the turtle because that's all the Tumblr is. Nino is the turtle.
But, I will admit, the new Kwame, named Trix, is a little fox. Trix unfurled herself.
Himself.
And
Trix is a boy.
Is it a boy?
Trix is a boy.
Trix is a boy. So when he unfurled himself, I had to leave the room and squeal very loudly. Because it's so adorable.
Trix was super
Flag
cool.
is still my number 1. But Trix is so adorable.
Oh, man. But
I want a little plushie.
I would love a Trix. That would be
I have a
super
tiki
cool.
plush. I have a tiki plush.
But you don't have a Plag plush.
Because I can't find one.
You don't have a plush.
I do not have
a Plag plush. Anyway, you need to get a tush.
A tush? A tiki plush?
No, it was a Trixie plush.
Trixie plush.
Or
Sorry,
Trix.
too many T's.
God, gosh. Anyway, so we get to meet Rena Rouge. But before that, so Marinette goes back to in her pajamas. She's in her pajamas a lot this season.
She totally is.
She's like, half the time I'm in my pajamas.
Yeah.
So she goes and meets Master Fu and is like, hey, we need some backup.
We really need some help. Cat Noir and I are not going to be able to do this by ourselves. And
Master Fu's like, oh, I got you. Don't worry. He opens the box. And because we've only seen we've seen it's 6 spots.
Yes.
And then, but we've only seen the 2 extra, the bee and the fox. And then he's like, oh, don't worry. Take your pick, Bob.
And there's like so many of them. I'm like, how do you pick from that, man?
I know. I'm like, this is the whole class. I've read that fan fiction too, where the whole class gets miraculous.
Gets picked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh no, there's so many, like, Hawkmoth made like 90,000 Akumas. And how are we supposed to beat them all? And they're like, everybody gets...
I've also read the one where they turn back into their akumatized versions. Because there's a theory...
That's a good one.
Okay, so yeah, there's the theory that Noru's true power is to help someone, like, obtain their ultimate potential. And he creates the...
That sucks for Mei Lin. Her ultimate potential
Well, because it's warped.
Okay.
Because he's using the powers for evil. The ability is warped. So their ultimate goal afterwards is to do harm. Instead of, like... Nathaniel is the...
Artsy fartsy. The red tomato.
Yeah, he's the... what is his name? The...
Illustrator.
Well, it's like Evil's at the beginning of it.
Illustrator.
Evilstrator. Well,
Evillustrator.
That doesn't sound right. But his... So, like, he's supposed to be this really fantastic artist because he's already a really good artist. But his ultimate potential is to be, like, a fantastic artist. So that's Noru's power, is to help people obtain true potential.
Which, again, this is all fan fiction.
All fan fiction. And I love it. And so at the end, they all, like, obtain their abilities and they help Cat Noir and Ladybug defeat
Ladybubs.
Hawkmoth.
They help old Bookaboo.
So this is actually, Sabady's is actually another really good episode where he's, like, arguing with them. I'm like, this is what you have to do. No, what are you doing? This is what you have to do.
Yeah. He's really good. It was such a good episode, too. It's like, we're gonna open Zappity Land. And I was like,
here we go, everybody.
Surely they're not that stupid.
And they are.
They're that stupid.
And then I love how, because I was watching it, it's like, man, like, the resolution to get rid of the Akuma has gone really complicated this season. Like, it's like 4 or 5 steps.
Yeah, and
to make it work. And then she, Alia points out, she's like, is it always this complicated?
It's like, sometimes it's worse.
It's like, we're breaking some fourth wall here. I like it.
It was good. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Zappady's great episode.
It was a really good episode. I like it. I liked it a whole lot. Now, the next episode is Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla.
This actually talks about something that I'm curious as why it has not happened before. Why isn't Adrian always mobbed when he goes out on the streets? Because it's not like all of a sudden he's a famous model, because his face is literally still everywhere in Paris.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that, he doesn't get the cool commercials all the time. He's on billboards, sure, but I mean, he's not on a cologne.
Called Adrian?
It's so good. Adrian, will you sign my bottle of Adrian?
Okay, so that guy... He's like running around with his cardboard stand-up. And I go, well, at least what we know of Marinette, what we know, does not have a cardboard stand-up.
No, she's like Helga Pataki. She's got like the...
You talking bad about my Helga Pataki?
No, I'm just saying, she probably watched Hey Arnold. And,
she's
no, she's 14, so probably not.
Probably not, no.
She's, maybe she saw some episodes. And then she's like, oh, look, I'm going to do this thing too. And she's like all of Adrian's like spit out gum. Or what would Adrian use? His hair? No, Tiki eats hair.
I have no idea what.
Tiki's a hair eater. We skipped over the fact that Tiki eats hair like spaghetti.
To each their own, I suppose.
Yep.
Supposedly Kwame's digesting's completely different from the rest of us. But this episode, I liked how
Adrian and Marinette got to go on that little date, which was perfect.
A little date, and she was, in her pajamas and a towel?
Yeah. And goggles. Don't forget the goggles.
And in her pajamas. Adrian and his girlfriend are in the fountain!
I love that. And they did they did an Adrianette, too. I was like, beautiful!
It's all happening. And then we kind of did what Hawkmoth did at the beginning. Where Hawkmoth is putting the pieces together that his son might be Cat Noir.
It's like, wait, my son has a ring. Cat Noir has a ring.
They look eerily similar to one another.
They're both blonde, have green eyes.
What? So, and then, like, Adrian is falling off of a building, and Hawkmoth is just like, if you're a cat noir, transform! And
it was good. And she's like, drop her, get my son! It was
like,
so good.
Just get my son!
It's like, drop Ladybug!
And he's like, so it can't be Adrian.
And then they come down like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's like Spider-Man just saved Mary Jane.
We had a couple Spider-Man moments.
It's very Spider-Man.
We had, actually, throughout this season, we had several Spider-Man moments where
now when
Ladybug uses her yo-yo similar to how Peter would use his whip.
Now, when Ladybug saves Adrian from being mugged in an alley during the rain, and then they kiss while she's upside down, then it's Spider-Man.
Oh,
Can we make Spider-Man like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but just like the fan fiction is just Miraculous Ladybug instead?
Someone out there.
Because if we think,
a more talented fan fiction writer than I.
Because if we think about it,
please do
Mary Jane is the popular girl who's gonna be the actress.
Well,
comes from a broken home.
Marinette is very talented. She's actually quite popular. All her classmates like her.
Well, I was thinking Marinette was gonna be Peter. Marinette would be the Peter Parker.
But Peter, would you say that Peter was popular with his classmates?
With one.
Technically two.
Okay, two. But anyway, tangents. Like I said, tangents. Where were we going with this?
No, well, we were talking about the falling
theater.
down, yes, and then the movie theater, and we got a little bit more of the father-son and
now Marinette knows about some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, and we got a little bit more development for Adrian in this episode too, which I appreciated.
I love that we get whenever we get any sort of development for Adrian.
It's a good episode when we get development for Adrian.
When we get the Adriment.
Adriment?
Yep.
New words up in here.
Yep.
But no, I liked how they convinced Hawkmoth that Adrian was not Cat Noir. And
thoroughly convinced.
Obviously, if you help Adrian, you can get his personal email address, and he's pretty free with that.
Can we use it? Do you think that
email
goes to anything?
I think we should try that.
We should try that out and see if that email goes to anything.
We should try it.
It's just Thomas, and he's like,
hey, some people do that.
That would be super cool.
I want to know if it happens.
And then we have what was our last episode?
The last episode, episode 12, is Captain Hardrock,
which may or may not be a reference to Captain Harlock, which conveniently is a Netflix original. Yes,
it is. So we find out, actually, in this episode, that Julika only has a mom. Her mom's single momming it.
They live on a boat.
And they're musically inclined.
And she has a brother named Luca.
I have an issue with you, Luca.
There's problems with Luca.
Don't go blowing holes in my ship.
I think that this Luca character may be some sort of a murderer sort.
Well, he's got the wide set eyes and the big eyes and the weird
mouth.
Big smile. You are looking too much like a non-makeup Joker.
I don't think he's a trustworthy sort, that Luca. I think he's a bad egg. Bad egg, that Luca. Bad egg.
He's awfully nice to Marinette, though.
Bad egg.
Well, and this is where the betrayal for Josh happens. A huge betrayal for Josh happens in this episode. Because Alia does something that he's not cool with. Like, at all. She starts to...
First off, Alia decides that she wants to set up... She's been setting up Adrian and Marinette this whole time. Earlier in the season, she goes, sets Adrian and Marinette up. Puts the hands where hands go. In high school dances.
Despair Bear.
In Despair Bear. Does that. Puts them together. And then in this episode, she's like, oh, hey, it looks like you may have found a new compass. What was it, metal hand?
Yes, it was a metal hand.
Yeah, on the compass. You may have found yourself a new whatever compass. And I was like, no.
What are you doing,
Alia? You've been shipping these two since, like, episode 1?
Since you have literally met Marinette in episode 1, and Marinette got over her slightly angry feelings for Adrian, You've been shipping this.
And now you're like, you should go after Luca.
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
Because it's weird because, like, she doesn't, like, if you look at Marinette and her relationship with boys, she does not stutter in front of any of the other boys.
Except
for Adrian. And now Luca. She stutters in front of Luca.
Ladies.
Not as bad as when she's talking to Adrian.
I need to have a talk with her, because just because a boy plays you a pretty song.
Wasn't even that good.
Just because a boy plays you a song doesn't mean he's okay.
It's more of like a melody.
Doesn't mean, and just because he gives you a jagged stone pick.
Which he has hundreds of. He has plenty. So it's not like it's a big deal for him.
I'm having issues with this fellow. Even says, man, Marinette, you're so brave.
It's like,
I have issues with you, boy. I like your sister. I like your sister a lot. I have issues with you.
I'm okay with your hair.
Thomas.
Keep your hair the way it is. That's fine.
Yes.
But
you might need to look into doing something to your face.
That was a bit much.
It
hurt me. It hurt me inside. The betrayal from Alia, the betrayal from Natalie. There's a lot of betrayals this season.
There was a lot of betrayals. And again, Andre, the ice cream maker, his conceptual character design is not the greatest. I would also say that about Luca.
Yeah, his face is
not the greatest.
It's like it got stretched.
Yeah, it's like too stretched, too wide.
And we're also nitpicking a character because he's breaking the ship. That's one of the main reasons that we're...
I nitpick Andre, and he's trying to put that ship together for me. And
he's trying to do a weird ship.
He's trying to just put a ship for me together, and I will take it.
Yeah.
At this point, I know how many... We have 24... No, it's more. It's like, what? We have 36-something episodes now?
Something like that. 42.
So it's not like this has been seasons of me waiting for them to get together. I'm impatient. And,
maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen soon. Okay.
But no, our police officer made a reappearance in this episode, and he tries his darndest.
God, Roger.
He's that little floaty duck. Paddling in that floaty duck. Stop in the name of the law.
You know what happened a lot?
Yeah.
This episode, like this season, we had a lot more firemen this season.
Oh, because Chloe pulls the fire alarm in Despair Bear, and then we had the head fireman.
And then we have the fireman again in Dark Owl. And then we have the fireman again in
because they were getting Mr. Whiskers out of the tree. Mm-hmm. That's right.
And then we have another, because she saved, I think Marinette saves a fireman.
Okay.
In something.
We have a lot more firemen. And
it was when she saved Mr. Pigeon, too. Whatever episode that was.
That's right, yeah.
Hey, Todd Habercorn, how's it going? You were a pigeon. A pigeon man. A man pigeon. Yeah. What?
Let it go with the Todd Habercorn.
No, he's great. He's on Unlocked. Come say hi, Todd. But yeah, it was overall what we got from this season. I was very happy with. Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting to be as thrilled with this season as I was. I was very happy with this episode.
Part of me is now a little worried because the first half, I would say 95% of it was great. It was really, really good. My concern now is the last half going to disappoint me? Because they know that the fans have been eager. We've been wanting this season. We want it, and we want it, and we want it. I mean, obviously, we were incredibly disappointed when they announced that they were going to delay the show. We're grateful that they delayed the show so they could work out kinks and make sure it was as good as they possibly could get it before they did release it. I'm always appreciative when people do that. But I do have the concern that the second half, now that they've given us this really good, great, I mean, we were, disappointed with, one episode of 12? Yeah. I'm worried about the next half.
Yeah. Now, so let's just, touch a couple things on this episode, this season. Like we said previously, animation a lot smoother. Animation looks great. I thought we had a good range of characters this season. We had a lot better character development.
For a lot of the characters.
We had really good story elements. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a really well-done season.
And the pacing.
Yes.
The pacing, like, especially for, like, each episode and for, like, over the 12 episodes alone, the pacing was really good. I really, like, we didn't, like, dwindle too long in, like, the depths of what happened to Mama Agreste. We kind of acknowledged it happened, but the story kept moving at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't linger on things for too long. The pace kind of kept at a nice movement.
Yeah, and then we have, well, let's just go ahead and go to what we want for the rest of the season. Like, what are our hopes? I'm kind of hoping, I've got.
Are we going to try to stay within the realms of reality?
Yeah, realms of reality, no fan fiction. I want to see more Miraculous holders.
I want Rena Rouge. I want Rena Rouge to,
See, I'm okay if they start having to pull different... If she has to start pulling different members of the class...
For different adventures?
Exactly.
Are we going to have, like, a support group
for
ex-Miraculous holders?
That's what I want. That would be hilarious. That's what I want to happen.
That would be really cool. Every, few episodes...
We have to pull somebody. Yeah. I would also like to have an episode where there's no Akuma. I want an episode where it's just like... Yeah, they're just...
We're at school.
We just want just a nice character development episode. Yeah. That would be interesting.
I really like the episodes.
Because, I think that Adrian and Marinette actually need to sit down and talk, maybe something. Or Ladybug and somebody, they just need to talk.
Or, an episode where they're, in a project, in the old Max, in the Max episode, the first one, where they were, alone in her bedroom, and they actually got to talk to each other and get to know each other a little bit better.
Exactly.
If we can have something like that and not get interrupted by Akuma action, that would be nice. Or even if it's just, one half is that and the next half is, Ladybug and Cat Noir just on patrol.
Yeah.
Around Paris, taking care of stuff, because, they're stopping buses where the brakes go out.
I thought that was cool that they stopped the bus. Yeah. I was they need to be doing more stuff like that.
That's very fanfiction-y, the patrol stuff.
Yeah.
I liked that part, and maybe they could have an episode where it's just, them stopping regular chaos in Paris, because Paris is busy, a lot of stuff's happening, and then the other half is just them, doing maybe a school project together.
Yeah. I would also like for somebody to figure things out, because they're both so bad
Come on, Alia.
at figuring things out.
You're so smart.
Because Alia's got that cool app thing that can do voices.
Yes.
Which kind of got pushed to the side a bit, but she still has
Maybe
that
it'll come
app.
back.
I would like for that to
Maybe it accidentally turns on in an episode, and Marinette is talking.
Yeah. And then it's that's Ladybug. And
that's Ladybug's voice. What was I doing when I was that close to Ladybug? Come on, girl. You're smart.
And Adrian's slipping. He's really bad.
Ladybug?
Yeah. And then he's like, are you okay, Mr. Agreste? It's come on, guys.
Come on.
Figure things out.
Come on.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
As we say, because we're watching the series and we know.
Because we watched the series. How long did it take you to watch it?
Let's see. I did 5 episodes last night. Or no, I didn't. That was Santa Clarita. I watched it all this morning.
See, now I watched it.
I just binged it.
I finished it, I think I got home 5:30ish yesterday from work, and I finished it before midnight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it all this morning because I was like, I was gonna I could watch this last night when I got home from D&D, and then I was like, no. I'll watch, try to finish up Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, because the new season.
That'll be my new thing. But yeah, so that's what happened last night.
Yeah, so I hardcore binged it last night because it was what I'd been looking forward to all week. Yeah. Zag and Zag USA and Miraculous on Instagram have been hardcore counting down for it, and I've been counting down.
I love that Tiki was his number 1. I thought that was good. Plague and Tiki won in 2 days. I thought it was good.
So I've been hardcore counting down for this, and I was really, really happy, and so I just blew through it really quick. So, for the next part, I kind of just want someone to put it together.
I don't care who. Just somebody needs to figure things out.
Not Chloe.
Alex. Give Alex something to do. Make her.
Kim.
What if it's Nathaniel?
What if it's
Nathaniel?
Kim or
didn't do
Nathaniel.
anything.
Kim or Nathaniel. Because, Nathaniel's got his crush on Marinette. So maybe.
Yeah, Nathaniel's got the crush on Marinette. Yeah. Oh, let's talk about something. There's definitely something they need to fix in part 2. Whatever they did to Sabrina's hair.
Oh.
That was really weird.
That was bad. The green, it's green,
She's
and then, her really pretty
orange
hair.
And then she's got,
this green, nasty, and it's not even a pretty green, it's a nasty green.
It's in one episode.
I don't know
what
happened.
Like, what are you doing? That seems weird. It feels like I said when I told you, and I showed you, it was it feels like she went to the pool and forgot to wash.
And here's a question. Did Sabrina actually
talk?
Say anything?
I don't think so. Sabrina doesn't talk a lot.
Well, she would always say, yes, Chloe, or something like that,
Yeah,
But
I don't know. Maybe they're saving that. Maybe they're saving it for, hey, Sabrina, what are you doing to your hair? And she's going to have a whole episode where she just talks.
Actually, I would, because,
what would be cool?
Well,
we should have a Breakfast Club episode where Nino and Alia and Adrian and Marinette
are all in detention?
And then Chloe. Because...
Oh, Chloe.
Because I think that would be good, because Chloe was doing something to Marinette.
Yeah.
So Alia jumped in.
And actually gets caught for once.
Yeah, and then Alia jumps in.
Yeah.
And then Nino and Adrian also jump in. And then they all get in trouble. They'll do something will break and they all get in trouble, and then we breakfast
something
club
like in chem class or something, where it's actually a big deal if something breaks. I like that.
That would be nifty.
I do like that. I just kind of want...
They did one of those in Troll Hunters season 2, and I was like, oh, it's so good. It was so good.
I really just want, don't stop with the development for Adrian. Continue on. I really, to be honest, I don't care if you give me more development for Gabriel. I know his motives. I know he loves his son, but I don't need any more development with him.
Nah, he's just kind of there. At this point,
I just want more of Adrian. And in this part 1, most of that development came with... Gabriel was part of that package.
Yeah.
And I would... If you're going to give it to me, I don't care how you give it to me. It can be with Gabriel. It could be with Marinette. I don't care. Or it could be with Nino. Or something. I just want more Adrian. If you're going to give it to me,
Everybody
I want
needs
it.
more Adrian.
Yes.
He's my favorite character. I need some more Adrian.
He is. I forgot that was your number 1.
My number 1, Adrian. My number 2...
Mine was Plaque.
Nino didn't talk a lot this season.
No, he did not have a whole... I only heard him talk maybe a couple episodes.
Poor Nino.
Yeah, Alia was really present in this season. And Nino was not. I think actually the girl characters were more present than the boy characters.
Maybe that means we're gonna get a boy episode with Adrian and the bros.
Maybe the boys are
that would be
we've
cool.
got to help a sister out. We got to get Adrian not as oblivious.
Yeah.
No, Josh and I were talking earlier, actually. I wanted a 7 minutes in heaven episode that doesn't turn into just 7 minutes. The whole episode is in the closet.
The whole episode is in the closet. Well, we said that because, Sabine ships him. So, Sabine, puts him in the closet.
Yeah, Sabine pushes him in the closet, and then something happens, and people forget that they're in the closet.
If this was an anime, they would get locked in the equipment shed at school.
Oh, yeah, it would be. Yes, it would be the equipment shed.
Because, Adrian would go in there beforehand, and then Marinette would go in there, and Chloe's like, and she'll lock it and be like,
not knowing
that, Marinette.
Adrian's in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want one of those.
And then she'd be freaking out, be like, Adrian's missing, and then that would be the whole episode.
I want that episode.
That would be good.
I'm not going to get that episode, but I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
Maybe one day.
One day
it'll happen. All right.
Thomas and I need to have a talk.
Yo, Thomas, call us. Come be on the show. It'll be fun. So first off, Hanna, if you wouldn't mind taking those things, we're doing a giveaway,
including or just this stuff.
Just those. We're actually doing a giveaway right now. So all you have to do is go into our Instagram. So if you click on the little Instagram link, wherever that little Instagram link is, we're giving away a tiki and a plague made by our good friend Citizen of Disney over on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And we're also giving away this super cool portrait.
Super adorable.
Super chibi little guys from Disney artist Jared Mariyama. And we're giving those away on our Instagram. All you have to do is go on there, follow us and comment who's your favorite Miraculous character.
Plague.
That's all you gotta do. So just go on there and tag 2 friends, you know.
You might get yourself disqualified if you say Chloe.
No, you can say Chloe. You'd be wrong. But, I mean, you can say Chloe. My favorite character is Chloe because she's so blonde. If that's your reasoning, then...
You know what? After watching this show, I realized why I'm not a huge fan of the color pink.
Why?
Pink is an evil color. Because Chloe is always surrounded in pink.
When does Chloe have pink?
Her whole house is pink.
Oh, that's her house.
But still.
She doesn't paint her house. That's her dad.
There you go. She's surrounded by
Her
pink.
dad was a director.
Yes.
Weird.
Well, we had a reality star get elected president, so we can't say much.
Nah, it's true. They did it on a smaller scale.
He was just a mayor.
Just a
not
mayor.
a president.
But, oh man. Then we had, what's Adrian's mom? Emil?
Emil. I'm pretty sure.
I'm glad we got a name for Adrian's mom.
I think I've known that name, and I'm pretty sure it was somewhere before. So when I saw it, wasn't like, oh, that's
Very
her name.
possible.
I was like, I knew that name before I saw it.
To me, it was a nice revelation. It was like, oh,
We have a
nice.
name now. I really actually loved the painting that he has of her that he gets into his lair with.
yes.
It's the what is it called?
It's like the rewind signal, and then like the fast forward.
It's that is a. I apologize. My art major is failing me because I'm trying to remember the name of the original painting that she's done in. It's not Woman in Gold. That's a film based upon that film. Based upon that
painting.
Yeah, the painting. Sorry, it's a film based upon that painting.
Nerd, you're a freaking
And it has
art nerd.
It has Helen Mirren and Ryan Reynolds in it. What's the painting? It's gonna bug me.
Deadpool.
No, not
Okay.
that movie. Hold on, I've
The
got.
Proposal.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, while you look that up. So yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the season. It was a really good season. Yeah, I mean, there's so many hopes for season 2. Hopefully they start reading some more fan fiction so we can get more fan fiction episodes.
Okay. Sorry.
What's the name of the painting?
Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer, also called Lady in Gold, Woman in Gold. I was right.
Well, no, you said that was the...
It's also known as.
Yeah, but you said it was the movie. So I'm gonna give you a wrong there.
Das Stuff Clean. I knew that. One of my favorite paintings, actually. So that's why I feel so ashamed I couldn't remember.
Yeah, you should feel ashamed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. What did you? So if we're gonna rate this episode,
Or this
season? This season. So what's your scale again?
I think it's Moon Wands.
Oh, I thought it was Chogi Was.
Is it Chogi Was?
I don't know. It could be Moon Wands. I know Chogi
I think
Was
I go back and forth
is
with
your sound off.
Let's go with Moon Wands.
Moon Wands?
We'll stick
Okay.
with Moon Wands because she has so many of them.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna do my scale on my Moon Wand scale, what would I give it?
Yes.
A solid 4.5 out of 5.
See, I don't do halves. So
You don't, or do you just do the holes?
I just do holes.
Then I'm gonna go 4. We're gonna do holes
Yeah.
because I still had slight issues with some stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
slight.
we said the animation was smoother, but again, there are a couple places where
Like
it's a little
there's
bit deep.
parts where like it'd be at the back of someone's head, particularly like Gabriel, and it's like obviously like detached. And I mean, minor. It still looks gorgeous, but it's just not like connected to his actual neck.
Some of the it seemed like they used that mom, like
Oh, they
Augustus'
used
mom,
that mom
like
and-
7 times. It was weird because like in Glaciator,
She was like had 3. It's like he really wanted her with someone.
yeah, like in Glaciator, I was like,
She's obviously on
she's with
Tinder.
she's with like 9 guys, and I was like, she got saved like 3 times.
She's on the Tinder trying to find a good husband
Well,
and
what if-
father
what
for
if-
that baby.
What if she has like triplets? I mean, what if they're triplets?
I don't know. Maybe.
And then she's like, "Oh, this is my sister, blah. This is my other sister, blah. This is my other sister, blah."
They're all
Oh, wait, they're
identical.
quadruplets then.
No, yeah, I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5 because still, like, there's some proportional, like, because, you know, in Robustus, Marinette has, like, at one point, like, crazy long legs, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're short again. And I'm like, So it's not, like, perfect. It's really good, but it's not perfect. And sometimes in the episodes, you know, I have this thing about exposition. They
and talk a lot.
Sometimes it happens, and I'm just like, come on, let the action kind of speak for itself. And so that happens, so it's not perfect. Really, really good. Not perfect, so 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 dippers. Yeah. Because, yeah, like I said, I voiced my complaints with the season. Luca. I voiced my likes with the season. My likes, my likes tend to outdo my Luca. Mm-hmm. But... yeah, there were definitely, things that can be fixed, and I hope will be fixed in the next season.
And we're not just, like, giving blah.
Yeah. I'm glad that they weren't like, oh, season 1 was good, let's do the exact same thing. Yeah. They actually give us different things, and I like that.
That is appreciated, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So when do we get season 2, part 2?
Let's see. We just had
tomorrow.
We just had episode 13 come out today in France, so probably a while.
I need to learn French.
I mean, you can. I don't think you can get them legally.
I'm too busy,
though.
like, in my knees deep of the Japanese and the Korean right now.
Yeah, the Korean's hard.
Yes.
So Hannah, where can everybody find you?
Okay, you guys can totally find me at...
Totally find me
at Instagram and Twitter at asillyred.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Animation Station Podcast, on Twitter at Animate Podcast, on Facebook, go to Animation Station Podcast, Tumblr Animation Station Podcast, Vero Animation Station Podcast, MySpace. We don't have MySpace yet. We need to get one of those.
Oh, MySpace.
Maybe one day we'll get that MySpace.
How about a Zanga?
A Zanga? We should. You can find us on LinkedIn.
Or a live journal.
Our AOL screen name is ASP. They shut down AOL, which sucks.
My preferred messenger was MSN. That was my
I had
preferred.
problems with MSN Messenger.
It's like, oh my
God. It was blocky. You can also find all of our episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, or on our website, animationstationpodcast.com. Click on the podcast tab. That's what it's called. Click on the podcast tab. We're going to stay on with Unlocked here for probably another,
couple minutes for questions?
7 hours. And we'll do some nice little Q&A.
Oh, I don't actually have to teach Sunday school tomorrow.
Oh, see, there you go. So we'll do 7-8 hours of Q&A on here. So thanks for listening, audio listeners. So for the Animation Station Podcast, my name is Josh.
I'm Hannah.
Bye-bye, little butterfly.
Chogi Wong.
Yay.